Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Tyler. I also go by Tucking Filer, and I run a production company called Vividly Rah. So recently I've been getting a ton of editing work from clientele, so I figured why not for my first tutorial shine some light on how I break down music videos, weddings, commercials, and even direct-to-cams or testimonials. This tutorial will be based off of Adobe Premiere, and you can pretty much use this exact template towards any video you decide to edit. This may be new to some of you, but I've learned within the past 6 years this is the least time-consuming and most productive output, at least that I've come across. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you want to make sure is you always have a nice and tidy project. What I mean by that is all of your footage, all of your effects, all of your music are all in the correct bins that they need to be organized and on the media side ready to go and ready to load. And the reason why we do that is I've had to send over hard drives to clients before with past projects, so that way they were able to pull for the previous year. So after that, we finally get into the good stuff. We're gonna hit the TL. You can tell with this video, this is Mine by Michaela and Austin Fillmore. This video actually just dropped. You can see here, it's the same template that I'm going to describe to you, and it works wonders specifically for music videos, and mainly because you don't have to sit here and sift through and try to time all of the performance shots to the actual music to make sure that everything's on sync. So the first thing is you're going to want to start laying your videos out by nest. Right click, new sequence from clip. So this one's already colored. Like I said, I've already edited all of this video. I'm just showing this for an example. But pretty much we'll come in and we will nest it. We will call it, I don't know, performance scene 3, for instance. So now I can go in and I can drop performance scene 3 where it needs to be on the timeline. Find that and match it with the song accordingly. And after I go ahead and I sync up the footage to the audio, I go ahead and place a marker. So that way I know whenever these get out of line, like this one is now, I just have to pull it back to line it up with the rest. So now after I've done that 25 times, the best thing about this, like I said, it's a little bit more time consuming when it comes to pre-planning and getting all of your, I guess, footage laid out on the timeline and ready to go. But the beautiful thing is, man, once you spend that 2 to 3 hours syncing, naming all of the footage, I can literally just come in and drag and drop this down into its place. And I know for a fact, every single time I drop something down, no matter where it's at, it's going to line up. But I can literally come in, chop, we'll go chop, and we'll go, I don't know, chop right there. So 1, 2, and my third one's right here. So we'll take these and we'll drag them down on the timeline. Like I said, everything's synced up, so I don't have to sit here and try to line up the lyrics with the song or anything at all. So drop those 3 in. Look it. It's not cutting right, but everything's on point. And that, for me, is the ease of editing when it comes to music videos, because now I can just come in and I can drop any of these 25 clips. I can sift through and I can say, okay, Michaela's overhead shot, I didn't really like that, so let's go ahead and do a grass performance scene instead. So I'll cut the grass performance scene right there, drag that bad boy down, and we're set to go. Like I said, it's going to take a little bit to set up, but in the long run of things, it's going to save you so much more time because you're not having to sit here, sync audio to footage to make sure that everything's on point. Once you get it to that point, you're good to go and you can just start having fun with it. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to start coloring. All I'm going to do is add a simple adjustment layer. It'll take the video settings that are on the actual Nest clip itself, which are 1920 by 1080. I'm going to drag and drop the adjustment layer on top. After that, we're gonna come into color. I'm gonna add whatever lumetri color I want to it. So of course, I already have that added. It's color right here. You pretty much set that same color to every other performance clip you know for a fact you're going to use. So for instance, whenever I start to color, I don't go through all of the 29 layers and I start coloring all of them. I look at the sequence that I have laid out and I'll start double clicking on those to pop up the nests. and start adding adjustment layers in to add my coloring in on the footage I know for a fact I'm going to use. So I always use the bottom 3 layers to make sure that I have enough strands to edit across as I go through. I can add effects up top, I can add light leaks, I can add whatever type of footage I want in between. If I want cuts faster, if I want some sort of lower thirds to pop in, there's always room for it on these additional 2 strands. The first strand is always going to be the footage itself of whatever I'm playing down. You're pretty much can sift through your video and it's all colored, it's all matching perfectly, everything's aligned where it should be, the footage is in sync with the song. There's nothing I have to worry about. There's nothing. As long as we have these markers down to make sure that everything is on point and where it's supposed to be, I know for a fact I'm always lined up, and I can always cut, drag, and drop down on the timeline below, and it'll always sync up, saving me hours of time trying to sit here and sync the footage up with the audio. So I really hope this helps, guys. This is something that I've grown prone to, at least in the way that I edit. I use it on everything, I'm not even kidding. Mainly music videos because it comes in handy for syncing footage, but for in times of if I have long shoot days and I don't remember most of the time what I was shooting or what shot that was, I write a short description for the shot itself to help me come back to it and say, okay, this is what this shot is. I don't have to sit here and play it back for 9 minutes and waste the time of playback preview. I can just go ahead and look at the name, figure out what that is, think if I need it or not, and move on from there. And that is how we do it. I hope this helps your editing time and brings you just a little bit more sanity when having to get out multiple versions for your clients. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos.